Okay, we are going to look at bar graphs. Bar graphs is something you've probably seen before. It's a pretty common type of graph. It shows how many, like for a certain category or a quantity, there was. So like this shows me 4 people said their favorite type of movie was comedy. You'll notice there's spaces in between the bars. You can very easily see that romance had the highest at 6. So I'm going to show you how to create a bar graph. I'm going to look at this data. There's 20 teachers were asked about their favorite course. 7 teachers said language, 3 teachers said history, 9 teachers said geometry, 1 teacher said chemistry, 0 teacher said physics. So first thing, I'm going to just open up the bar graph template you should have in the question. So it says 7 teachers said language. So I'm going to make language one of my words here. So I'm going to add a text box and I'm going to say language. And then another box is going to be history. So I'm going to create a text box for history. Move that up. And then we have geometry. And then we had chemistry and physics. So chemistry. And then physics. Okay, so I've now got my labels. I'm going to draw a bar for each of them. I'm just going to move this up a little bit so it looks nicer. The easiest way in Google Draw, if you're using Google Draw, is just to go to shapes and you can get a rectangle. So if I go back to language, there was 7 people who said language was their favorite. So like right now it's up to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to make a box there. I'm going to make it about the same. And then I'm going to copy that. So Control C. History, there's 3 teachers. So I'm going to put it over here to make sure they're the same width. But the difference is it only had 3 people say that. So I'm going to drop that all the way down to only having 3 people. Geometry, so same thing. I'm going to copy. Geometry, there was 9. So I'm going to put that over here. But geometry, there was 9, so I'm going to have to make that go all the way up to, I know this was 7, then 8, then 9. You can see it makes nice little lines so you know where you're matching up with. Chemistry had 1. So again, I'm just going to copy to make sure my rectangles are the same width. And then I'm going to bring it down to 1. And then physics had nothing, so I would put nothing there. Depending on your like numbers, like maybe this was 20, you might need to clarify that these like go up by 2s or something like that. You should also include a title. So I would say this one is their favorite course. Okay, so you must make sure you have a title. Down at the bottom, you could say this would be your subjects. Or courses, maybe even. And then we would say on the left side is like the frequency. It's how many times it happened. So I would say frequency here. I'm just gonna write it and then I'm gonna turn it. Frequency. And then I'm just gonna use this little thing right here that'll turn it. And so that is my label here. So again, you could put like numbers on the side. You could put like 1 here if you want. Or if they're going up by 1s, it's not necessary. And there you go. Then take a picture of that and you can upload it. So that's how I would make yours. You're going to need to do that with your numbers. They might not be language though. It might be like 1, and this is how many had 1. 2, this is how many had 2, etc.